Hey, what's up, guys? So I said I was gonna do this, and I've literally fallen off doing it. I've had a ton going on recently. Life has been fantastic. You know, it's kind of one of those things that happens when life is going really good. It's like you have to have prioritize time for everything, and sometimes the things that you really want to do end up falling to the back burner. And this is something I really want to do, and I really cherish doing. Is speaking up about my sobriety, about my recovery. Um, Now, this is important that I talk about this because I haven't been doing the video blog, the vlog, like I wanted to, recording kind of what I do each day, what I'm going through each day. Uh, but it doesn't mean I can't, start at some point, right? I have to remember that I can take inventory on myself and not have morbid reflection to say that, well, you didn't do what you said you were going to do, Matt. You're no good. You'll never succeed. You'll never be anything. The truth is, I did make that expectation for myself, knowing that it would be difficult to do, but knowing that it's something I'm passionate about. Now, the realization that I wouldn't be able to do it every single day, or that I wouldn't be perfect at it, is something that I have come to learn. It just is. I'm not perfect at a lot of things. I'm not perfect at anything, but I'm trying each day. And the point is that we continue to try, right? And so I'm glad I'm able to record this now. A lot of great stuff has happened. I've been doing the interviews, authors on my other channel, the Uniweb Productions um, author interview channel. I've connected with a lot of great people. I've also started connecting with actors, directors, movie producers, that kind of thing. So I have more interviews coming up, working more towards just a creative outlet for anybody who's interested in growing their platform and telling their story. So not limiting it to just authors traditionally or independently published, but opening it up more. And I think that's important, right? Because we all need a voice. We all need to be able to share our voice. A lot of great stuff is going on there. Also, I just got hired for a new job today, part time, which is going to allow me to bankroll kind of what I'm trying to do, but also give me the freedom and flexibility to continue to be creative and do the things that I love, and in an environment that is hopefully going to be healthy and supportive of me. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. Life is great. I'm doing a lot of wonderful things. I'm able to be of service to people today, which is fantastic. And the word that's been sticking out to me, and it makes sense that it's been sticking out to me, is perseverance. Um, it's something to persevere is to move through obstacles or opposition, even when they're coming at you. Right? It's like to keep going, no matter what. It's to persevere, to press through to the next level or the next thing. And I've found myself finally persevering through obstacles in my life. Things that would have, in the past, knocked me on my butt and kept me there. Um, it's not happening anymore. It's like there have been days that I've been exhausted, like so tired, didn't want to get out of bed, but I answered the alarm clock. I got up, I prayed, I meditated, I went to the gym, I went to a meeting, I called my sponsor, I talked to other alcoholics. I lowered the expectation for that day of just don't drink today, Matt. Do the things necessary. Don't drink today. By being able to become aware of where I am at in each day and learning that it's okay to not be perfect, learning that it's okay to be exactly where I am, to feel the emotions that I feel, and not be able to rise to the perfect expectation that I have for myself of vlogging every single day when I'm doing a million other things. Um, Whatever the expectation is, it's like I don't have to like even with this, right? Like the expectation that I'm going to say something profound to you. Here's the most profound thing that I know to say: just keep going, even when life gets tough, even when it feels like you shouldn't do it anymore, even when it feels like you don't want to do it anymore. Like it be like I would get in this mindset. Right, I used to get in this mindset all the time, and I find myself slipping there sometimes too. That I just want to break. Like I have all this amazing stuff going on in my life, and I think, God, it would be nice to have a break, just a break. And I always used to say that before a relapse, because a break to me was getting drunk out of my mind. It always started with like a 40 too, like some crappy shitty beer, and I would drink that, and that was my break from life. And I'm like, I'll just drink this, and I don't have to worry about it because it's just a couple beers. I'll be relaxed. I'll go to work tomorrow, and life will be right back to normal. It's not the case with us as alcoholics. I have to come to realize that every time. So on days that I just feel like I can't go anymore, I just want to break, I have to remember that I have to check myself, right? So I have to take a second and breathe and think to myself, okay, am I hungry? Usually I am. I'm always hungry. Am I feeling lonely? A lot of times I am. But it's usually based off the fact that I'm tired. Am I tired? When I get tired, I get cranky and feeling lonely. Am I tired? Or am I angry? And I don't necessarily suffer from anger too much, which is a blessing for sure. I think I channel it a little bit differently than most people, but I have to ask myself those questions that they call halt, stop, pause, halt, HALT, hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Ask yourself those questions, and then get honest with yourself. Answer the question honestly, and then do something about it. So once I have an honest conversation with myself, Matt, are you hungry? Yeah. Well, let's get something to eat, brother. It's gonna be okay. And taking action on the honest feeling that I have. Am I tired? Yeah, I'm really tired. Go somewhere and sit down. Close your eyes for a couple minutes. This is where meditation comes a great practice. Learn how to breathe and come to peace with where you are at the moment. If you're tired, let your mind unwind. Are you lonely? All you gotta do, there's billions of people on this earth. Reach out your hand to somebody. Call somebody. That's why we're in the program. We're told to call. Sponsors should be telling you to call somebody or suggesting to you to call somebody every day in the program. Reach out. Go to a meeting. Do whatever you have to do so you're not feeling that loneliness, because it's a real thing. Like, people feel it takes a long time to look within to build up this inner peace that you realize you're never really alone, even within yourself. Even now there's this other life living inside of you, bacteria and all kinds of different things swimming inside of you and living inside of you. You're never truly alone, not to mention the higher spirits and the trinity of things living inside of it. There is more than just you, more than the you that you think there is. There's more to it. You're never alone. Hungry? Angry? If you're angry, you gotta find a way. There's gotta be a way to get that anger out, because if we let it sit, if we let it build, it becomes a resentment, and who knows where it's going to blow up. It could lead us back to a drink. We have to figure out what the anger is, make amends with it, come to peace with it, identify it, and take action towards that thing. Once we do that, once we take actual honest assessment of ourselves and take action towards correcting it, we find ourselves in a better state of mind, and in a place where we're able to move forward even though we're tired, even though we're hungry, even though we're lonely or angry. We're able to move forward, and that's what perseverance is. It's like, even though these things happen to us and we don't feel like, I can't move on, I just can't do it anymore, if we can get honest with ourselves and get humble, and remember that being humble is when the reality of me matches up with the idea of me. So if the idea of me is way too big and the reality of me is way too small, I'm out of whack. I have to get these two things back on a level playing field, okay? And being honest with myself is the best way to do it. If I can get honest with myself, I can get honest with God, my higher power, I can get honest with another human being, that I'm on the right track. And once I'm able to do those things, life becomes a lot easier. It becomes a lot easier to move forward, because I start realizing that it's never there's never a finish line. So the things that I'm trying to do, like everything I'm trying to do right now, all these different projects, there's not a finish line, right? Like the gym, there's no finish line in the gym. I'm simply going to get healthier every day so I can live as long as possible. There's no finish line in the program. I'm simply going every day and doing as much as I can every day to be as spiritually healthy as humanly possible and to help as many people as possible, right? There's no finish line at work. I'm not going to work to make a certain amount of money to never work again. The thing is, we need to work too. Like, don't get that wrong. You need to work. People need to work. Like even when I wasn't making money, I was still working. I was still producing things. Like we need to be able to work, right? If we do good work and we do work that's worth something, then we'll get paid for it. Um, there's no finish lines in life though. Just keep going. We got to keep going. We have to remember that there's no finish lines. There's no peaks, right? And even if you feel like you reach, there's these things I call not fake false finish lines, or they're checkpoints. That's what checkpoints. So you can have checkpoints, like writing a book was publishing a book for me was a checkpoint. It wasn't a finish line. I thought I had this idea that it was a finish line, but it was a checkpoint. Doing these YouTube videos, checkpoint. Making money, checkpoint. Having children, checkpoint. All these things are checkpoints. They're not finish lines. So there's never a thing where I'm like, well, once I have this, then I'll be happy. Never the case. It'll never work out for me if I ever think like that. It's always just keep doing these things. And I'd say this all the time, but if you want a good life, you have to do the things required of a good life. Like you can't rob, steal, cheat, hurt other people and expect to have good things in life, right? You have to be able to you have to be of service, care, be kind, loving, help others, like give what you can, be of value, become a person of value. Once you become a person of value by doing these right things, by doing these good things, your life will become good. And that's where I feel like people get perseverance wrong. It's not it's not a miserable thing. It's not I'm trudging through life. Perseverance is getting through stuff even when you don't feel like it, because you know that it's good for you. You know that feelings sometimes are bullshit. And feelings are things that we love to hang on to as alcoholics and addicts. If we can get over our feelings that I don't feel like doing something, even though I know it's good for me, like when I have to get up in the morning and work out, even though I'm so tired, I know it's good for me. I'm going to get up anyway. I'm going to go run because I know I'm going to feel better when I'm done running. But even if I didn't, I know that running is healthy for me. It just so happens that I do feel better after I run. Running is good for me. Exercise is good. Eating healthy is good. All these things that we do that we don't feel like doing, once we do them, the results come whether we like it or not, just by doing the good thing. All right, that's the benefit of it. So perseverance is not a miserable state. It's not something that you have to suffer through. It's something you have to just work on. Just keep going. Suffering is a choice. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. If you're suffering right now, my heart goes out to you. Everything in this life is finite. Everything in this life, which means everything will pass. Everything will pass. We will pass. The stars will pass. The sun will pass. The space, the earth, everything will pass. Everything is heading towards an end. If we remember that everything is finite, we don't have to attach so much to these things that are going to pass. Because we remember that the only infinite thing is the human spirit, is the eternal spirit. And holding on to the eternal spirit, that infinite thing, and not worrying about these things outside of us, girlfriends or money or cars or houses or businesses or other people, whatever it is, people, places, and things, right? Like not holding on to these things will give you such a sense of peace and tranquility and the ability to move forward, knowing that when one thing passes in your life, one thing leaves out of your life, another thing will come take its place, because like the universe, it creates a vacuum. If that thing is essential for your life, it will be filled. When somebody leaves your life, somebody else will come into your life. You don't know how, nobody knows how, but they will. And it's just it's how things work. Things come, things go. Things come, things go. It's how it's worked for all of human history. To think it's going to stop with you is a bit egotistical, And that's obviously something that we deal with as alcoholics and addicts, is being egotistical. But I promise you, it will pass. You can get through this moment. You can persevere through it. It's one of the principles. I think it's number 9. Breathe. Remember who you are. Remember whose you are. Remember that every day I can do this one moment at a time if I have to. By being honest with myself, getting humble with myself, and moving in the right direction. And the right direction is the one that's right in front of you. You know, it's the one, you know where you're supposed to go. And if it feels like fear and that you shouldn't go that way because what if something happens to you, like if your ego gets hurt, if you can feel your ego getting hurt, if you do something might humiliate you, you should probably do that thing. A good life is also lined with fear, moving through fear, and perseverance. That's all I got for today. That's what I've been going through, what I've been thinking about. If you like this video, I hope you do. Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna be doing as best as I can. I'm gonna be persevering and doing all the good work I can do. I truly care about you. I really want you to get better, to have recovery in your life like I've found. If you are struggling, please feel free to reach out to me. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'm gonna keep making these videos. My goal with these is to help one person. If I can help one person, then these videos is worth it. And honestly, they help me. Talk it out helps me. So we go to meetings sometimes. We gotta talk it out. Let this stuff out, guys and girls. With much love. Talk to you later.